Do you want to see where you ranked among everybody? No.
Okay. Yeah.
I passed.
All right, good morning, everyone. We're here for first appearances. Today is August 1st. We got 8:31 is what my computer says. Corporal Drown, good morning, sir. Have you had a chance to play the first appearance video?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Wade Mercer. I'm the county judge in Jackson County doing first appearances today. We have two attorneys today. As usual, we have Mr. John McDaniel, Assistant Public Defender at the jail. In the courtroom, we have our prosecutor, Mr. Mitchell. I want to make sure that you can see and hear him as well. So I'm going to ask him to introduce himself.
Jake Mitchell on behalf of the state.
Thank you. All the audio and video working good, Corporal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. First case we have is Matthew Cluis. Mr. Cluis, good morning. Mr. Cluis, you're here because you've been accused of 2 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. You also have a holdout of Washington County. So I did take a look at the case. Mr. McDaniel let us know that you had recently been released from the Florida Department of Corrections. So I'm taking that into account. But there's not a whole lot I can do because you've got a hold from another county anyway. So what I'm going to do is set you a bond in these 2 cases, and then we'll see what happens. If you post a bond, you'll deal with Washington County. If you post a bond in all the cases, then you'll be released, and we'll see at a later court date. So on the fraudulent use of credit cards in Jackson County, I'm going to set you the bond of $5,000 each, cash or surety, with a condition of no contact with the alleged victim. The Washington County case has a bond on it. The Washington County bond is $2,500 set by the judge over there. So, Mr. Cluis, your total bond is $12,500. If you post it, you're going to be released. If you're not able to post it, you'll be put on an upcoming arraignment docket and see if you can get these cases resolved when you get to court. Make sure your attorney knows about the prison sentence because that's something the state may take into account. I believe his sentence out of Bay County was 36 months DOC. So he's been in prison the last couple of years. Mr. Cluis, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. McDaniel, anything else in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Wish you the best, sir. Janice Combs. Ms. Combs, good morning. Ms. Combs, you're here for first appearance accused of 1 count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Ms. Combs, I have read the complaint. There is probable cause. The complaint alleges significant injuries to the facial area, allegedly caused by you to a young lady or another female. Ms. Combs, I think you're entitled to a bond as far as I can tell. Let me see if the attorneys have any input before I set that bond. Mr. McDaniel, anything on behalf of Ms. Combs?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell?
No, Your Honor, but I did also just want to address that she does have an AKA of Janice Johnson.
It's not an AKA, that's her name, Janice Johnson.
So the actual warrant is in Johnson.
That's her name is Johnson. It's not Combs.
So, Corporal, where does Combs come from on the jail list?
Your Honor, I believe that's the name she gave to the officers when they booked her in. So instead of putting her under Johnson, they put her on Combs, and we didn't catch it until after we sent everything off this morning. My apologies. We did change it in the system. She is Janice Johnson.
Thank you. Perfect. So, Miss Johnson, what you're accused of is the second-degree felony. So, based upon the allegations against you, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000 cash or surety. The complaint alleges some very serious injuries to the person that you are accused of attacking. So, Ms. Combs, it's a $25,000 bond with a condition of no contact. It's cash or surety. Sorry, Ms. Johnson. Cash or surety means you don't have to come up with all the money. You can go through a bondsman. So after first appearance, ma'am, you'll get to use the phone and try to post the bond. If you do, you'll be released. Just have no contact with the alleged victim. If you're not able to post the bond, Ms. Johnson, then you'll be seen in an upcoming court date. Ms. Johnson, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, have a good day, ma'am. Julian Allen. Mr. Allen, good morning. Mr. Allen, you were arrested on some new charges and set a bond, and we held you, or I held you, because you were on probation out of Calhoun County. I looked in their file system this morning, and there is a VOP warrant. Actually, the jail sent me a copy also. There's a VOP warrant, and it has no bond on it. So, Mr. Allen, if you post the bond in Jackson, you'll go to Calhoun and deal with that. If you don't post the bond in Jackson, you'll deal with Jackson County first and then deal with Calhoun later. But they do have a VOP warrant for you down there. Mr. Allen, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Wish you the best. Latoya Sheffield. Ms. Sheffield, good morning. Ms. Sheffield, your situation is similar to Mr. Allen, except it's Washington County. It looks like either myself or the first appearance judge held you for Washington and set you a bond on your local charges Washington County does have a warrant for you now. It's a no bond warrant in case 24174 MM. Just like Mr. Allen, if you post bond here, you'll go deal with Washington County. Ms. Sheffield, if you don't post bond here, you'll deal with our charges first, and then you'll go to Washington County. Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir. Well, so I guess on that, I still have to wait here.
Yeah, no, you can bond down.
Okay. Yes, sir. That's it.
All right, you wait, Chief.
All right. Thank you.
We have Jaden Lovett next. Lovett, good morning. You're similar situation. You had new charges here. You were set a bond on, and then you had a possible VOP out of Okaloosa County. Mr. Lovett, Okaloosa County has issued a warrant for you, and it's a no bond warrant for violation of probation. So if you post bond here, you'll go to Okaloosa County. If you're not able to post bond, then you'll deal with this charge first and then deal with Okaloosa County. Mr. Lovett, any questions?
No, sir, I just wanted to know if I can get my bond reduced.
Yeah, he ain't going.
I just wanted to know if I can get my bond reduced so I can get the bond out of here.
Yeah, given the fact that you're already on probation out of somewhere else, and I was aware of that when I set the bond, I think that bond is reasonable given the information I have. Mr. Lovett, if there's additional information that you can make an attorney aware of or that I'm not aware of, I certainly will consider it. But what I know now, which is very limited amount of information, that's the bond that I'm setting, and I'm unlikely to change that since you're already on probation now that you got discharged.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing else.
All right, wish you the best, Mr. Lovett.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Mr. McDaniel, that's everything I had on my list. Anything else from the public defender's office?
No, Your Honor.
And Corporal Drown, anything else from the jail?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell?
No, Your Honor.
Lindsay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes everything we have for first appearance this morning. It's 8:38 and first appearance court is adjourned.
All right, let's talk about that. This first appearance docket on August 1st was quick, efficient, and low-key, with Judge Mercer moving through each case like a pro. No dramatic courtroom outbursts, but definitely some moments worth highlighting. This was a textbook example of how the justice system handles early-stage custody hearings, especially when multiple counties and probation issues are in play. First up was Matthew Cluis, facing 2 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card, plus a hold from Washington County. The judge acknowledged Cluis had just finished a 36-month dock sentence, which might affect how the state proceeds later, but for now, bond was set at $5,000 per charge, plus $2,500 for the Washington County hold, totaling $12,500. Nothing unusual here. Just standard procedure with a reminder to inform counsel about the prior prison time, which could come into play during plea negotiations. Then came Janet Combs, or more accurately, Janet Johnson. Turns out she gave officers an alias when arrested, which led to some confusion until corrected during the hearing. She's charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and the complaint described significant facial injuries to the alleged victim. The judge set a $25,000 bond and made sure she understood the no-contact condition. Despite the seriousness of the charge, the interaction stayed professional and calm. The name mix-up even drew a touch of courtroom humor without derailing anything. Julian Allen's case was up next. Standard VOP situation. Arrested on new charges while still on probation out of Calhoun County. The judge noted a no-bond warrant from Calhoun and explained the sequence. If Allen posts bond in Jackson County, he'll transfer. Otherwise, he'll stay put until the local case resolves. Same pattern followed for Toya, Sheffield, and Jaden Lovett, both of whom were also picked up on new charges while having no bond VOP warrants from other counties. Lovett asked about a bond reduction, but the judge, noting he was already on probation, declined. Still, the door was left open for new information if presented through counsel, a subtle but fair touch. Across all these cases, the judge consistently explained how multi-county holds work, what a no-bond warrant means, and how defendants would move through the system based on whether or not they posted bond. That's not something you always hear clearly in court. So it's worth noting, Judge Mercer made sure everyone understood their position without legal jargon overload. What stood out most here was the tone, calm, efficient, and respectful. Nobody tried to grandstand, even the name confusion with Janet Johnson was handled smoothly. The judge kept things moving with professionalism but didn't lose his sense of humor or compassion. Everyone got a chance to speak, ask questions, or just quietly process what was going on. And sometimes that's the best kind of court session. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.